Going on to my Leo. So you have the Wheel of Fortune, Three of Swords, Four of Swords, the Emperor, Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Two of Cups, Six of Pentacles. Okay, so what I'm seeing here for, sorry about that, what I'm seeing here for you Leos is the Wheel of Fortune, the Three of Swords, the Four of Swords. Again, you Leos understand now that you're stepping out into your own lane and you're your own individuals, and trying to run game on you is going to be harder than it ever will be before, because a lot of you Leos are smarter, you're more strategic from being over here, you understand the game a lot better. So the Wheel of Fortune, the Three of Swords, and the Four of Swords represents now becoming, like I said, your own person. And that you understand that you will have to, when people start acting up, you will have to stop talking to certain people in order for you to get your point across, and to also handle your own personal responsibilities in your own life. The Four of Swords, you realize that you shouldn't be out here trying to always you shouldn't be out here trying to always go after what it is that you suspect that you would want, and you should really go after what you want, but allow whatever that manifested to spring forth from that. Meaning that if a person is not built for it, let them show you that they're not built for it, right? And they're going to essentially do their own selves in and ruin their own reputation, because there's way too many people who act like they're hard. There's way too many people who act like they're built for a relationship, when in actuality they're really not. And the Empress represents the projection that they're trying to give off, right? About how it is that they're ready for a relationship, and that, you Leos don't intimidate them. But then they're like this. A lot of people are like this. You find out from interacting with them, and you experience that through time hanging out with them, you experience that these people are really not built for being in a relationship the way they make it seem like at first. Sometimes they're lying, sometimes they are just acting, sometimes they're both. But the Ten of Pentacles represents you Leos also understand this, and now a lot of you Leos realize what time it is. You realize that, people can say whatever it is that they want to, but when you spend time with them and the two of you get into disagreements, the two of you don't necessarily see eye to eye, how are they? Can they actually interact with you in a very common sense manner? Can they problem solve? Are they calm? Are they throwing you up underneath the proverbial bus, right? Of course, metaphorically. Are they throwing you metaphorically up underneath the bus, right? Where they're being disrespectful? Are they survivalists? Where they're grimy. It's all about forget about you, even though I claim that we're getting to know each other, or I act like I like you. Forget about you, and it is what it is, and I need to be a shark in these waters, right? If a person is going to that extent, then you know that you really can't trust them, because, and see, this is another thing too about when it comes to running games. There's a lot of people who do that, who play games, they're too stupid to understand that what you've got, what these people got going on is that at a certain point in time, it comes off as a little bit too grimy. It's too selfish. And the way that a lot of people run game today is forget about everybody else. I'm talking about the people in particular who run game. It's forget about everybody else. I'm doing me. But that when you interact with somebody else, that comes off as a little bit too grimy. So you know what happens? People start remembering and being like, oh, okay, I can't trust you because X, Y, Z. This is what it is that you do. And then they end up being looked at as someone and something that's different. So this is another reason why it is I said before, playing these games, there's not a whole lot of value in it. playing these games on a long-term thing. And when it comes to a short term, you really have to evaluate what it is that you're doing it for, right? Like, a lot of times people, they spend way too much time thinking that they could buck the system, and they could kind of invest in this thing long term, just invest in running game on people and trying to outsmart and being clever and all this stuff, when in actuality it's a house of cards, right? That's eventually going to fall. So you Leos understand this now, and you understand one thing, and it's something big, but it's something that you kind of already knew, but you didn't you came into fruition about it, fairly recently, that a lot of people are acting like they are somebody that they're not. And that was one of the most profound pieces of game that I ever got, that I learned on my own through experience and through what other people told me. A lot of people are really out here dysfunctional. A lot of people out here lying, acting like they really are something that they're not, because the same people, when I used to there was a point in time where I wanted to go to college. I wanted to go back, I should say, to college, re-register for some college classes. And there was so many people who was asking me from my neighborhood, when was I going back? To the point where I'm like, look, all of y'all, like, look, I got to a point where I got upset, and I was like, look, are y'all gonna actually go with me? And if you're not, shut up about it. And when I asked those people, are you gonna go with me? Because so many people kept asking me when I'm gonna go back to college or whatever, and I just wasn't seeing it, right? And to the point where I was just like, look, are you gonna assist me? You spend so much time minding my business. Are you going to assist me? And it's like, well, nah, I'm not really going to do that. All right, then. So shut up. And it's that same scenario. A lot of people are fake. A lot of people are fake. A lot of people are fronting. A lot of people, they'll tell you, or they'll act like they got you, or they're better than you, or they're the upgrade and they're trying to upgrade you. A lot of that stuff is cap. A lot of that stuff is made up. A lot of that stuff is really not true. Okay, the Queen of Wands, the King of Pentacles represents, and now that a lot of you Leos understand that fact, a lot of you Leos now have a new engine, right? You now have a new understanding that since most people are not really real, trust me, and more of the game is being put out there onto the internet, that how many people lie about being in relationships to act like they're cooler than what they are, to not be seen a certain kind of way, but all of this ego. But a lot of you Leos understand that now that there's really not a whole lot to fear, or there's nothing to fear. Oh, this is just going to make a lot of you Leos even more bold, because you now understand you have a better understanding of what I'm talking about, that most people, just in general, they're trying to be something that they are not. And when you are something in someone that you are, it's very easy to see through people. Me, I said this before, I'm a nerd in that regard. I like comic books. I got a big hardcover thick comic book here called The Darkness that I'm taking my time reading. I like anime, I like stuff like that, but that does not make me scared. That does not make me, a person who is a coward. It's just that these are the things that I naturally gravitated towards, that I never got away from. They stuck with me. And it's the same thing for you Leos, whatever it is, sneakers, fashion, whatever it is that you got. And when you understand, when you have that level of concrete understanding within yourselves, approaching people, getting to know people, it's not a very difficult thing, because you find out just how much people are trying to hide. You find out how much metaphorical skeleton in people's closets that they have. You'll find out all types of stuff. And then when you get a chance to actually look at it and see people for the things that they try to hide, you realize, oh, this is not really something they would never really to be something to be feared over in the first place, even though they're acting like, you need to fear and revere them and that they're upgrading you and they're doing you a favor. So the Four of Cups, your ability to approach other people is going to become a lot more bold, and it's going to become a lot more refined. And it's not coming from a place of ego per se either. It's coming from a place of knowing for a fact that most people are not really who they portray themselves or who they present themselves to be at first. And this is why I said before, time is so important. When you're getting to know people and you're making such extreme decisions, whether or not you will be intimate with somebody just from first glance, that's stupid, because it takes time for you to understand if this person is even really built like this, if this person is really this way for real. And it takes time. But see, so many people want to rush themselves into a relationship, and it goes to show you who's really the dorks, because the people who will front and act like they're so much better than everybody, or they have some sort of pompous mentality, those will be the same people who will simp and who will be a sellout for a person that they first see some sort of image that they like. Those will be the people that will go full speed ahead, trying to just sell out. There's no kind of common sense with them. There's no kind of period where you're trying to get to know them. No briefing period, no anything, no getting to know them, just harsh, hard decisions. And, when you're going off of mere appearances, right? And I'm not saying that you Leos are doing that, but I'm saying that this is just one piece of game, Leo, that when most people are going off appearances, they can really allow a lot of stuff to really fall by the wayside. Like a lot of the people, a lot of people have their opinions and their perspectives about me, but a lot of those opinions are factually incorrect. So I don't ever really get bent out of shape about it, because so many people, especially the ones in particular that I try to date, they'll have the mentality to think that I'm not this or I'm not this, or a lot of them feel, haughty and feel good about themselves. But in actuality, you know what I mean? They look at me and they think, oh, well, you're just this or you're just that. And it's like, again, they don't know that I'm out here, I'm out here, getting people to say my name, so to speak. That's all I'm going to say on that. But that's the idea of totally underestimate me. You know what I mean? They'll totally underestimate you Leos because of the image. So now the Four of Cups, now you Leos are controlling the narrative, because the Two of Cups and the Six of Pentacles, now you Leos understand that there's really not a whole lot to fear, and that people are really fronting to be someone that they're not. It's easier for you Leos now to go up to individuals, speak to people, get to know them, stuff like this. And that's great, because now you won't get so heartbroken when people waste your time or do all this or do all that, or any of that type of stuff. I'm in a situation myself where I'm learning how to get over that stage of even being upset when people are even wasting my time, and understand that, as a result, that's just a part of what it is. I honestly wish that people wouldn't do it. But again, I'm at a point where I don't care so much, to the point where I'm gonna allow myself to get caught up and get lost in the thought of it. So to clarify, the Six of Pentacles, right? You have Six of Pentacles again, so we got to draw 4 more. The Two of Swords, the Hanged Man, right? Eight of Swords, right? The Three of Cups, right? You're not gonna, you Leos understand that you are smarter than what it is that people give you credit for. And because of this, you do have a sense of you have a greater sense of value now, because a lot of Leos are a lot of Leos tend to be attractive, but you're not just, I don't know, an attractive, you know what I'm talking about. Y'all are not just attractive, I guess, y'all know what I'm talking about. But you also have brains to go along with it. You have a lot of insight. You represent the sun, right? Giving light to everything and everyone. So as a result, the Two of Swords and the Hangman represents, you need to understand that with the image that people are trying to put up as you're getting to know them, it's really coming from a place of the Two of Swords, insecurity. And that when someone really likes you, the Hanged Man, they have to scapegoat you. So think back, all the times in your life, Leo, where people scapegoated you and people gave you a problem, and no matter how much you were stepping your game up, right? People just had to find something about you, no matter what it was. You Leos are too short, even though you may be taller than them. You Leos were too short. Your hair's not blonde enough. Your hair's not dark enough. You don't have the freckles that I like. All this other type of stupid stuff. All of that stuff was because they were insecure about you. And for all of you cross watchers, it's the same thing too in this sense. They were insecure about you. So I want you, Leos, to think back now, reflect about all those times of people, those people that you have met that gave you a hard time for no reason. Well, there is a reason. That was the reason. The insecurity flared up. And then you have the Eight of Swords and the Three of Cups. So the Eight of Swords now and the Three of Cups now represents, and this is those people from the past, stuck, frozen, because again, a lot of you have a lot of I can't say this enough. You have a lot of secret admirers, Leo, but too many people are too chicken squat to actually step up. This is why I told y'all that there's different types of singleness. You single because you turn people off so much. You could be single. I'm not saying that that's what you're doing. I'm saying that those are the different variations. You could be single to the point of what you Leos got going on. Y'all are so good to the point where people can't step to you because they chicken squat. Eight of Swords, Three of Cups. So what do? They will try to substitute you for a diet version of you. This is the type of stupid, lame stuff that we got out here. Don't believe me? Try it out. See what happens. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. This is something that you Leos should know. Other than that, you Leos need to keep pushing, doing the things that you're doing, handling your business, staying clear-minded, staying focused on what you've got going on. If, like I said before, if you want to start to talk to some other people, you can do that, but be on your P's and Q's. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 10,000 subscribers by the end of June. As of right now, I have 7,044 subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.